The moment I saw the Diogo Jota news, I knew this was gonna happen. It doesn't surprise me anymore. Honestly, I was expecting it to happen. Diogo Jota had been experiencing a dream couple of months. He helped Liverpool win their historic 20th title, was part of the Portugal squad that upset favourite Spain to win the Nations League, and then after all of this, just when you thought he was experiencing the best days of his life, he then marries his high school sweetheart. However, just 11 days after, Diogo Jota and his brother Andre's lives came to an abrupt and tragic end in a horrifying single-car accident. It stunned the entire footballing world. A lot of us woke up to this news. And with every shocking moment like this one, comes the storm of people who make it their life's goal to exploit it. I've made videos about this before with those FIFA card YouTubers, but I decided to dig even deeper for this one. And in the process, I now believe our plan needs a reset. I'm going to split this into categories, and I'm going to start with Twitter because in the grand scheme of things, a lot of the stuff there was pretty tame. For the most part, it was really just people arguing about, quite honestly, the most trivial shit imaginable. I think for the most part, it was because a lot of us, including me until I caught myself later in the day, were all processing this shock and letting our emotions get the better of us. It's a very normal human reaction, it's just that social media makes it so much more of a problem. Because sometimes it felt like the smallest little thing that was taken just a little bit wrong would turn into a 30-thread argument. Because people were just that on edge. One example I'll put out there, and this might be a bit of a controversial one, the rivalries aside phrase. Don't get me wrong, to me it is still a very weird thing to say after someone just died, but at the same time it ain't that deep. People have responded to these types of phrases saying that this is way beyond football. But isn't that literally what the phrase is communicating here? I don't think you should really say it like that or any of the other tribal ways immediately after someone just died. But at the same time, I still think people are taking this a little too personal. Outside of that stuff, there wasn't anything horrible I found. Just those types of posts where you look at them and just ask, why the fuck did they post that? Everyone's favorite hilarious account Troll Football tweeted, Diogo Jota got married just 10 days ago. He was only 28 years old. Life is too short. Rest in peace, Diogo and Andre. Well, that seems pretty normal, Maxwell. What's wrong with this exactly? Are you lonely? Yeah. This one is just kind of borderline insane. Cristiano Ronaldo survived this back in 2009. We are so lucky to still have Ronaldo with us. Again, what made them think this was a good idea to post? Over to TikTok, it was a fucking cesspool. I got flashbacks to my IB essays, the way I was seeing motherfuckers so obviously stretching out their videos to like a minute long so they could make money, or probably be more favored in the algorithm.
That's some shameful behavior, but that's some shameful behavior, bro. That is actually some shameful behavior.
Yeah, I think I heard you the first fucking time. Some guy decided to slap the Rip Jota hashtag on a video that had nothing to do with Jota.
Wait, this is Diogo Jota, and I can make you see Diogo Jota one last time.
Oh, fuck off! There was another guy doing a TikTok live, and if you've ever seen a TikTok live, you can really only assume the worst.
You want to try Whataburger? It's overrated. Am I a good driver? I'm decent. I'm okay. Don't I curse me. Astaghfirullah azim. Don't I curse me. I'm a decent driver.
Unlike the others that we've mentioned so far, this guy was criticized and even responded to said criticism.
I'm only commenting to clear something up. I don't make money on TikTok Live. I make $0 on TikTok Live. Zero. The people you need to watch out for are the people that are making minute-long videos. That's all I'll say.
Okay, fair enough. You don't make money. And from what other context I've been able to collect, it seems like he was talking about Jota for the first hour and then moved on to more lighter conversations. That's cool and all, but why did he continue the stream with this title? And also, why didn't he remove this image? And also, let's not forget the whole, oh, guys, don't curse me. I'm a good driver. Don't curse me. Like, why entertain that comment? Especially with this image in the corner. I saw a decent amount of people say this is the nicest guy on football TikTok. But a nice guy doesn't ignore his own faults, deflect the criticism by baselessly accusing the other party of taking advantage of the tragedy, and then liking comments like this one. That's not a nice guy. That's just an asshole.
It's just hard to be happy right now, to be honest. It's really hard. Give me a sec, guys. Can we tap the screen?
I tell you what, a way that you can make both of us happy, dropping a mad gift That would actually put a smile on my face on a very, very damp and a very sad day.
What would put a smile on my face is also came across a Walmart sniper wolf. This woman reacted to 5 different videos about Diogo Jota, including this one, which is genuinely just beyond parody and also extremely jarring to watch.
Hello, Liverpool fans. I know how deeply saddened you are at this moment. You've lost an exceptional player, a member of the club's family.
It wasn't even the worst when it came to milking this tragedy though. Pesh Football on YouTube had 2 videos where the thumbnail had Diogo Jota on them, with some very clickbaity titles. And in those videos, he barely mentioned Jota. In fact, the video either started with Jota for like the first 3 or 4 seconds and then move on to a completely different topic, or said completely different topic would be talked about first, and then you would just have this very half-assed rest in peace message for Diogo Jota right at the end, like 5 seconds before the video ends. And remember again, these are the titles and these are the thumbnails. Fuck this guy. To his credit, he did actually make a whole video where he is actually talking about entirely Diogo Jota, but it looks so disingenuous when you've already clickbaited the guy twice. I also came across this TikToker who made 12 different videos about Diogo Jota. I refuse to believe these are humans, man. But you simply can't talk about milking a tragedy without mentioning Fabrizio Romano. On his official Facebook, Fabrizio has made, I think, over 60 posts about Diogo Jota. It's been 4 days as of this recording. I understand reporting the news and spreading the messages that Jota's teammates made on other platforms, but when you're posting shit like this, where there is barely any substance, it is so obvious that you are blatantly taking advantage of someone's death. Like, do people really need to know that Harry Maguire posted on his story, "So sad, rest in peace"? I feel like most people did that. Pedro Neto is very sad for Diogo Jota. Yeah, thank you for the all caps. Definitely in no way a malicious attempt at catching a reader's attention. Also, you literally posted Pedro Neto's story earlier about the situation. I don't need to know that his manager said that to know how he feels. No one compares to the Daily Mail though. They've been non-stop making article after article since Jota's passing. Within the first few hours of the news being released, they posted images of the accident with this slimy ass headline, and also this image of Jota's wife crying outside a fucking morgue. On top of the car accident itself, as you'd expect, there were a ton of scumfucks who used images of the wreck for clickbait. These videos were being uploaded within minutes, garnering hundreds of thousands of views, and in some cases, they were just using footage and images from other random car accidents. Hell, here's this screenshot from GTA.
Please don't forget to like the video and drop a comment.
In the history of exposing these skinwalkers amongst us, the tragedies themselves have been fortunate to not have been exploited during the age of AI. Diogo Jota's, not so much. On TikTok, someone made one of those Simpsons predictions AI generated videos about Jota. Just tasteless and soulless, and I don't even have words anymore. I also saw AI generated videos of Jota's son crying, and also one of Jota on a hospital bed. I refuse to believe these people have souls, man. The worst ones that I came across, though, were these AI-generated songs about Jota's passing. These are real, I'm not kidding. Actual ghouls went into the prompts and told their engines to make songs about Diogo Jota. I mean, fucking hell, someone even made an Ed Sheeran AI song about Diogo Jota. That's not even the right Andre Silva, man. All this is so fucking stupid, but the one that really got to me was this AI-generated song, supposedly in the perspective of Diogo Jota's wife. I mean, just look at the thumbnail and everything. I mean, I hope to God these motherfuckers get sued somehow. But it gets even worse. I feel like I've said that 400 times in this video already, but it seriously just keeps getting worse. But if you go on this person's channel, it's just filled with all this dystopian slop. You got some more about his wife, some about his son, and for some reason, a fucking cover by Justin Bieber. I mean, I just don't even know what to say anymore. These are not people. These are not humans. These are just like creatures. I refuse to believe these people deserve rights. But here's the thing, right? This isn't a proper exploitation of a footballer's death until some dipshit in the FIFA community makes a video for clicks and money. I replayed the career of Diogo Jota. those years were definitely a choice.
I wanted to take a moment to send my thoughts and prayers to everyone at Liverpool, as well as Jota's friends and family. They're the ones affected most by this. I debated for a long time whether I should even make this video, but in the end, I felt I needed to.
How long was this supposed long time exactly? 2 seconds? 5 seconds? 10? Because, you know, you recorded this video, edited it, and posted it 2 days after the tragedy.
Man, this video has been so tough to record. I'm at a loss of words because it just hit me. The entire Liverpool team is now just an ex-teammate of Jota. Any of you guys just feel like it's still surreal? It's not happened? It's like, yeah, I don't even know, man. I guess this team is lacking a CDM?
Yeah, guys, it's just so sad about Diogo Jota. Like, can you guys even believe this? It just feels so surreal, like, I don't know, man. So anyways, let's spin that wheel, baby! I watched this entire video, mainly because I hate myself. Thank God for 2x speed. And outside this very obvious money and engagement grab, all I could really feel is just a sense of disgust. Because even the premise of the video itself doesn't sit right with me. You're doing a whole video about redoing Jota's career, where the whole goal becomes just stats and silverware. When you spin a wheel and turn the guy into a Ballon d'Or winning Galactico, there is barely any regard for his abilities and how much of an impact he had on his teammates, and just how his career was before his passing. This isn't a replay. This is a replacement. You're celebrating a completely different person, and to call this a tribute, it's just disgraceful, because a tribute should honor who he was, not erase him for a version that never existed. But don't worry, it's not all bad, guys. There's one thing that saves this entire video. Ladies and gentlemen, let me, personally, with honor, introduce the return of the charity. A tale as old as time. I will be donating all of the money made from this video to charity. Already, I think it's always just bad when you're having to put in the pinned comments like, oh yeah, all the proceeds are going to charity. Also, you never mentioned anything in the video, so, you know, very interesting there too. But I'm always curious about the fact that there's just never a specific charity mentioned. Like, ever. Like, it's even worse in this case for someone who literally has an editing team. In the time that this video was putting together, where he didn't have to do any work, he didn't even bother to make this sound like a little believable. Now, S2G actually made a community post responding to all the criticism he received, and I'll be honest, the whole thing is full of shit. He stated he wanted to give a tribute the only way he knew how, and then contradicted himself in the very next paragraph, saying he wanted to put out a message about cherishing the present when the literal thumbnail is focusing on the future. In paragraph 4, he addressed the charity situation by saying he'll donate the profits to road safety charities. Let's just break this down for a second. This is so obviously in response to all the criticism. He finally gave us a little bit of a specific, but again, for some reason, even though he's trying to paint himself as this very transparent person, he just gives us a vague road safeties charities. You had a few days, once again, to research specific charities, and this is what you came up with. Someone put this guy in a football respect moments video, please. He deserves it. He 100% deserves it. In hindsight, I realize it was too soon, and I truly regret that lapse in judgment. I didn't fully appreciate how raw this moment still is for many. Okay, so you've realized your mistake. You've realized that this is a very heavy topic to talk about, to exploit 2 days after it just happened. Why is the video still up? I will say one thing, criticize the guy as heavily as you want, just don't throw racist insults at him, please. South Asian racism is already very normalized as is. This doesn't help the situation at all. It only just makes you look bad. But believe it or not, actually you definitely do, especially after all the shit I've shown you so far. But Scumfuck2G wasn't the only guy who did this. Oh no. This Dutch career mode YouTuber did the exact same video, and he doesn't even hide the fact that it was for money and clicks. But hey, you know, gotta give credit where credit's due. I have not seen anything from the FIFA card YouTubers. Wow. I mean, like, round of applause, you know, they finally mature, for fuck's